I just spoke to Dolores. I was on the phone with APS. Wait. I'm on the sidewalk. The sheriffs locked me out, but I was not on the unlawful detainer. But they had their guns out and everything, and now we're sitting here. I have to get back in. My partner that got locked out, he got his medication in there. And then APS said that the only way we can get in is if I call LAPD and have them come at the same time. And then I'm going to have to file criminal charges against the motel. But so far we only have cases in civil court and not in criminal court. But they can't lock me out. He didn't want to look at my Arietta, and I've already emailed that to you, and I emailed that to the court. But they said that the sheriff has to sign it, and no homeless is supposed to be thrown out from motel rooms right now, when I have an application pending for inside safe that has not been approved yet. So I'm just going to be in the street again. S23 STUD 10332 Sanchez. And that's my partner. That's not me. I'm not on the case, but he's here too. Sanchez. Roberto Sanchez is JDHP 38838. I can't hear you.
What's the case number?
23 STUD 10332.
332. Okay, so we haven't received an area now.
No, exactly, because he didn't want to sign it.
You have to take it to the court.
He did not. I cannot take. I've taken it to the court for them. I given the court notice that I was in the apartment, that I was in the room 2 months ago, that I'm a tenant there. But the document has to be signed by the sheriffs, and when I held it out to...
I didn't think that it has to be signed by the court, ma'am.
No, it has to be signed by the sheriffs.
Okay.
First, it has to be signed by the sheriffs when they come and get you on lockout, and then you file it with the court.
Did you take it to the sheriff's office prior to the lockout day?
No, how can I do that when I'm sitting there waiting for you guys to come and lock me out? I couldn't leave the room. I'm disabled. I couldn't leave the room.
Okay, why would you wait, ma'am? Well, unfortunately, the eviction is completed, so you need to speak with your social worker or contact an attorney. There's nothing else we can do.
My social worker was on the line with Dolores, and she told him to hang up because she could not speak to him 3 ways. So she told my social worker to... Huh?
You need to speak to your social worker or seek legal advice.
We had adult protective service just called you. They just called and talked to Dolores. Dolores told me to hang up. Listen what I'm saying. Oh, fuck. Hallå! Hej gorgeous! I'm så jävla fin! So I got on with somebody, and she said, there's nothing we can do for you. You have to call your social worker And I'm like, he was on the phone right now with Dolores, and she told him to hang up so I could talk to you. She's like, you have to get legal advice. You should have filed the Arietta with the court. And I said, yes, but it had to be signed by the sheriffs before I file it with the court. And the sheriff didn't want to sign it when he was here. I held the paper out to him and he said, it's not filled out right. I said, I know how to fill out paperwork by now. It's filled out right. And he said, no, I'm here to evict. It doesn't matter anyway, because I'm here to evict everybody in the room. No, I'm not on the unlawful detainers. I'm not on the court case, I said. He's like, I'm here to evict everybody. Well, then you're evicting a disabled person that's with adult protective services that doesn't, that is very sick, and this is my home, and you have no court order on me. He didn't want to listen. We said we have temporary restraining orders against the motel manager. He didn't want to listen. He didn't want to listen. He looked at the paperwork, but he was just ignoring it. So we can't do anything. I want to go back there. I want to have $85 like we used to pay, and say that I have to go back in there. If he wants to call LAPD on me, then I have to file criminal charges. Then we're not just going to go ahead with the civil. So, and I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to deal with courts in the first place, but we're forced to, because there's no protection anywhere. There's no protection. We've tried, we're in a room trying for 11, 12 months now to try to get a hold of Karen Bass and get approved for this program. Then he said in May that we was approved, and then he came back in July and said that we had to pay for 2 months when we thought we was on this program. So if they're doing this probably to more people than us, not only this motel, this should be addressed, and it has to be some protections for that too. I'm not supposed to sit out here. I'm really way too sick to be out here, and I'm super worried about Sanchez too. That's even worse, because he's got medication that he needs to take. I am just in a lot of pain, and I can pass out and stuff like that, but there's no medication I can take against that. So that's what I want to do. I want to go back there and say I have to go back in, and then I can throw, since he is not allowed on the property anymore, I have to throw the medications out of the window, I guess, or go and get it, and then I can go back out, obviously. But they have to let me sleep in there, because whatever program, emergency programs that they have to put people on the street, on the curb into motels, am I gonna have to get out of a motel, sit on the curb all day, and then get into another motel? Or no, I'm gonna have to sit on the curb because I'm not homeless, apparently. So what is the explanation for that? I don't get it. I mean, I just don't get it. What's the reason behind that? When Karen Bass has been on TV saying, I don't want to see, she said, anybody leaving the motels, because they've been complaining that they're not getting any services or anything. And we don't even need any fucking services, because we know that there ain't no housing available. And I have, in my laptop now, I found the paperwork from Department of Mental Health that says that I have agoraphobia, that Scott gave to me, because that was gonna help me not being forced into shelters. And that was even before COVID. And then we couldn't stop it when they said that I had to go into Project Roomkey, or I was gonna get arrested and lose Jalisco, my previous service dog that died in the special need facility right across the street here from where I'm sitting right now, from the volunteer staff. So it's they came with the guns drawn this morning after all the protections that I've been trying to file, and we have so much paperwork I don't even remember everything I've filed anymore, and I'm not even supposed to work. I can't do it. My body's starting to break down. I don't know what to do, Svato. I go over there, and then they. I don't know if that little bitch, that's what we call the manager. If he's gonna call the cops on me then, or if we're gonna call them right away and just have me go in and fetch the medication. But I'd rather stay in there than having these. Because I have $85 now. I have that money because I finally got my GR turned back on, and now I have that saved in my pocket so that if something like this would happen, I would save it for New Year's, because me and Pedro's can't be outside because I'm getting PTSD from the fireworks, and she is super scared of fireworks. So that's not. So I was gonna save that money for that, but if that's like, so that's like emergency money that I always have. So because all the years when I've been homeless, 4th of July and New Year's is when I'm always have to have a room. And last year I didn't have that, so we was out here with all the fireworks, and I had built. We was out here by where I'm sitting now in the flower bed, and I had built like a thing out of a shopping cart so that she could crawl in and she wouldn't be so scared, but it was still terrifying to her. So I want to go over there and tell them to open up because they don't have a court order. If they want to evict me, they have to file another court case. They have to start up another unlawful detainer, and then I fight that, and by then all the emergency assistance is going to be approved. So by then he's going to get paid anyway. It's not like I'm trying to live anywhere for free. It's just that I'm way too sick since 2011. That's like, 11, 12 years now that I've been too sick to work with doctor's orders. And yeah, and I have tried to reach out everywhere too, and most of it is voicemails, and the mailbox is full. And then I've been emailing a bunch to a doctor there at Genesis, so we can get legal advice from there. And then I don't know if I want another therapist, because I've been with Scott for 6 years, so I know. But they have my doctor died. I don't have any mental health. When my psychiatric nurse died, they disconnected me from the Department of Mental Health. And they was the one that put me in the place that I was evicted from, the special needs facility. So they have put me in a lot of trouble. They've made a lot of mistakes with me. But when Scott died, because he was fighting for me, then they removed my other assistant, the one that was driving the transportation van. She came with me to my Sharita Garlington. She's awesome. She came with me to all my SSA hearings and everything. And then they moved her to another department. She's not allowed to talk to me anymore. And what's that? Where? Huh? The room here that we live in. And I asked them to put me back in. Yeah? Yeah?
Then you have to go in and then Mr. Sanchez, by any chance, get his medication, which I connected, and the number you gave me is a correct number.
Yeah.
For some reason, they're not willing to cooperate with do everything. I'm not sure what's going on.
No, this shouldn't have happened at all.
No?
Because we have tried. I've been sitting for months filing paperwork. Every day I've been doing research, trying to. It's crazy. the paperwork that I've been filing, and it's just one thing after another that this and this and that, and so you need legal advice. We've been trying to call all the legal advice that there is, and they're not getting back to us. So because I understand it's like 55,000 evictions or something right now, so they're probably busy, and I know from before, but I mean this is the second time this happens now since I got evicted from the special needs facility. So I did a lot of research for that too. It's I know that there is no shelters available. I know there's no.
Yeah, I know. Go to the manager and go to your.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them think that this time. Get it?
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do, Sebato, and then I just hope that he's not gonna be. I mean, because he's a cocky little asshole that think that he can get away with anything. That manager, but maybe his parents can realize that he's actually really breaking the law, so that they won't call the cops on me. And if they do, then I have to talk to the cops. I will leave right away, and I'll file a report with them right there against him. Because if I leave without causing anything and go off the property and then do the report there against him, then they can't say anything. They shouldn't arrest me right away, or break down the door and arrest me or anything like that. I mean, he probably loved that for entertainment, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to do what you say, and I really, really appreciate everything and you're doing. Believe me that I know everything that you're doing to help us, and because I know what access it is to resources for you too. Scott was trying to help me for years, and there was nowhere to put me because I have cardiorespiratory I'm cardiorespiratory compromised and agoraphobic and everything, so I can't be in shelters, and I don't want to be on the second floor because I have a spinal injury and brain damage and everything. So it's like it's a really we're a very, very difficult case, and here we are, but I guess I'll try to talk to you again on Monday.
Okay.
All right now.
Try now, and if you get a chance, let me know.
Okay.
Before 5.
Yeah. All right.
Or anything happen before 5.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Be safe now. Bye.